everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Skulls of the Shogun. This is going to be a little bit of a weird video, because if all goes well, this should be episode 2. I've already recorded episode 2, spoilers for the later Let's Play. I've already recorded episode 2, and I went back and noticed that my HD PVR decided that, you know, unfortunately, even though you recorded it, we're not going to be good guys and actually make that video work out. So I'm going to re-record episode 2, and this should fit seamlessly into the Let's Play. But keep in mind, this is, you know, Northernlion from late January, not Northernlion from slightly earlier in January now. So I've already done, like, all these levels down here. Not to spoil anything for you, the game is not quite complete. But we don't actually gain any advantage for being further along. It's not like we gain extra perks or anything like that. So it's basically going to be exactly the same here. I'm just doing it with a little bit of hindsight. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. This is super weird for me to be doing, having recorded already, you know, like 11 future episodes. But in any case, we're going to get introduced to some new units here, as well as some basic narrative mechanics in Skulls of the Shogun, basically involving us, you know, recruiting units here just at random. Basically, the philosophy of these, like, gray units seems to be like, well, I don't necessarily like the red guys, but the blue guys are the biggest garbage men in the whole afterlife here. So, we're going to be introduced to some of the mechanics of the archer as well, if I remember correctly. The thing with the archer is that with his shot, there's two things you need to know. One is, when enemies glow yellow, that only gives you an 80% chance to hit, 60% if they're in bamboo. When they're white, that means they are 100%. However, the other thing is, archers can counterattack against other archers, so we have to worry about that. But let's just think about this for a second. I'm thinking maybe our cavalry might be able to knock this dude into the water. Let's just try this out. This might be our best course of action. Yes, indeed. Just trying to not min-max, but have the best possible strategy here involved for our chances. I could have also used the cavalry to attack this archer, but I don't think that was necessarily the most important. So then we will kill this cavalry with our 2 archers, because we do have a 100% chance to hit. And we definitely need this guy to die so that their archer doesn't just kill us next turn. And with 2 moves left, we should be able to send infantry up here. He'll do a lot of damage to this archer, which will make their archer do less damage, because when units have less health, they do less damage. Can our general actually get the killing blow here? Indeed he can. I think that's the first time I've ever completed that first section of the level in one move. So yeah, I think it's a good time to end our turn. Thank you very much. And now we can do whatever we want. We have to just move forward, so we should probably eat all these skulls here. The only question is who we want to eat them with. We can eat them with cavalry, or we can eat them with our general. I think I'm gonna eat them with the cavalry. If this was a normal battle where it was like general versus general, kind of like a chess match setup, I probably would have eaten it with the general. But I'm gonna eat it with the cavalry this time, because we're gonna be able to knock a bunch of fools off of edges with our double attack ability. So I think this is gonna be the best possible option for us. We're gonna move forward a little bit here, and with our demon cavalry, we'll see what's going on. There occasionally are levels like this in Skulls of the Shogun, where you have the option to, you know, basically take infinite time to eat all of the skulls when a level actually ends, or when a phase ends. By the way, this is a fox monk. We'll be seeing a lot more of him throughout the remainder of the game. So we're gonna have another, this is still basically tutorialization. The whole first world is basically tutorialization. So what we're gonna do here, basically, I'm skipping over a lot of the dialogue because I already know what to do. But yes, we are indeed, move the text, please. I'm trying to play Skulls of the Shogun here. We're gonna set up like a wall of infantry, like so. Like infantry here, is this? Yeah, this is also infantry. And with the infantry here, they actually won't be able to attack our archers, but we'll be able to attack theirs easily. So we might as well take out their archers first, because they're going to be the most annoying ones for us. Obviously, their archers cannot counterattack either, because they're too far away. And with 1 move left, we're going to keep our general where he is, but we are going to move our cavalry a little bit further out. And on the next turn, this guy should be able to knock a lot of fools into the water. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be unkillable, because he's our demon and he's got like 6 more health than usual. We might lose an infantryman here. I don't think so, but it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility. Both of these cavalry are going to get knocked over the edge this time, which is pretty foolish, I think, of the computer to make those moves. But anyway, so there's one. He's off, and we'll get another one here. He's off. Now, a recurring theme in the future episodes of this Let's Play, which are actually past episodes for me, but I digress, is that I do substantially worse... Oh, that was stupid. I should have gotten closer, I guess. I do substantially worse on levels where there's an element of possibly falling into the water. So as you watch this, it's not going to make any sense yet, but learning about how to control the space on the edges here has become very important, and I learned this the hard way as we went through the Let's Play. Alright, who becomes a demon now? It's not necessarily a bad idea to create a demon archer, because in creating a demon archer, he'll get 2 moves as well, and since archers are our highest damage unit, it's a fairly smart idea to have one of them doing 2 attacks. The only reason I took the cavalry is because I knew that we had this kind of like weird chasm setup coming up next. So anyway, there's a demon archer there. Why don't we might as well just start creating a second demon archer, because they're glass cannons, but they're not as glass when they have so much more HP. So we'll move forward again. I believe this will be the 3rd and final phase of this level, which is going to be a little bit more difficult, but because we created that awesome demon cavalry, we're going to be able to knock these guys back into the water very easily. So let me think about this. This is our demon cavalry. We also have infantry here who should just be able to knock one of these guys into the water. Like so. Do we have a second? We do have a second infantry, but I think he's too far away. Maybe? No, he's actually in the perfect setup to do this. So we'll keep our infantry over here. I wonder if I could, just use my general. Knock this guy off. So we've knocked all 3 off the edge. Hopefully my general's not in a position where he can get knocked off the edge. And then we'll use our cavalry. We've got 2 moves left. Take our demon cavalry up here. And we should... it's only 60%, huh? What about this infantry over here? We can probably kill him. Only 2 damage? I guess they have stronger defense than I initially anticipated. Okay, step 1. Let's take our archer here. Demon archer can do 100% damage to him. Oh, maybe he can't. Yes, he can. Alright. So he can do 2 attacks and easily kill this dude. Or maybe... Oh, the knockback must have put him in a position where he can't be hit anymore. Alright, then we should take... That wasn't even our demon archer! Oh, that was stupid. That was a big mistake. It doesn't matter too much. But with this guy having some moves left, we might as well come through here and kill this guy. Because the archer is only going to be a 60% chance to hit, which is not good for us, obviously. That was not the most effective use of my turns that I could have possibly... Please don't miss. Oh, you fool! Yeah, let's just end our turn. That's not the most effective or efficient use of our moves, but we still did okay there. Better than I did the first time I recorded episode 2, regardless. That guy is just going to get killed, which seems like a pretty foolish decision in hindsight. Our cavalry might actually be in a bad position here. I really want to complete this level without losing a unit, because I believe we get a golden skull for that if I haven't gotten it already. So that would be awesome, but that might be impossible, sadly. So, we have our demon archer. Let's just murder some fools. I'd rather murder the archers, but they're going to counterattack us. So we'll first, why don't we just kill this guy with basically no repercussions. So that's a free kill. We might just want to eat skulls with our cavalry. We have another archer here who we should send. We don't want to put our archer in a position where he can be killed, which is the problem here. So we'll just do a free attack there. We have 3 moves left. Horseman can't kill him. So let's just send an infantry up here. The problem, though, is that the infantry could easily be killed by the archers on the next turn. Let me think about this. I kind of just want to eat a skull with this cavalry. Here's what I think we should do. Oh. Resume. Yes, I understand. We can attack this guy 80%. It'll hurt us, though, and then we'll probably be in harm's way. But then we can get behind the bamboo, so we'll just hit him backwards. We'll take damage. Then we'll hide behind the bamboo, or hide behind the rock here, at least. Please get the text off the screen. And then can this I can't see! This infantry can kill here, but he only has a 60% chance. How about our horseman here? He has an 80% chance. That's worth it in my eyes. Thank you for not missing. And then we'll just eat this skull back here. And in doing so, we'll get 9 health. And we'll be a little bit stronger moving forwards. And then we'll just hide over... If I can get in front of that infantry... Yeah, there we go. So I don't think we have any chance to die on this turn. We also have an existing cavalryman here, who I should just move over here. Maybe have him eat a skull. And he can become a little bit more demon-like and a little bit stronger in his own but right. With 2 archers left and us having demon archers and cavalry, I'm pretty sure they have no chance to kill us. So this should be... This mission kind of became a snafu after a little while. Oh, please tell me that infantry doesn't die. Don't shoot the infant... No! The golden skull was within my grasp. But I just let it go. Whatever. It's still going to be a successful mission regardless. We'll take our cavalry down here. These will be easy kills because cavalry versus archer is a rock, paper, scissors match that we will win every single time because they can't counterattack. We have another cavalry and some weird frame rate issues with the 360, as is often, or at least commonplace, in recent downloadable titles. This should be our final kill here, and I believe that'll be the end of the mission. Victory is indeed ours. It pleases me to see the skulls of our vanquished foes. Bring them with us. And then they introduce a gameplay mechanic. Basically, the Shogun of the Dead revives all the fallen warriors at the end of every day. So this is why we end up fighting the same general over and over and over despite killing him. So that's going to be an easy mission. I can't believe I didn't get the golden skull basically just by fucking up that first move. Now we're in 27th place. What has happened here? Well, you'll see. 27th might seem higher than it is right now. I just want to check out the overall to see if there's anybody else that I know that's in here. Or anybody else that you might know. Did the guys... Commander Video did pass me. I don't know who any of these other people are, though. I feel like I should by now. Well, there's a lot more people than there were. Well, as you'll see when I recorded episode 2. In any case, I don't think we need to see too much more of this. Just, I don't even know what I'm hoping to see at this point. Just a familiar gamer tag. Red Panda Gamer 1. I know that guy. Back in 97th. Wow. There's like hundreds of people on here now. At least a few hundred. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. Continue onwards. And I hope I'm not redoing a level here, but we're going to do Archer Ambush as well. Because I believe episode 2 consisted of level 2 and level 3. So again, this should be fairly easy considering I've got a little bit more experience than them. So they're introducing us to soldier shrines here. I'll explain it better than the game will explain it, in my opinion anyway. Basically, we gotta haunt those rice patties. That will give us 25 rice per turn. And then we use the rice at the... use the rice at the soldier shrine to summon new soldiers. It's 100 rice for infantry, 150 for cavalry, and 200 for an archer. So first things first, I do want to haunt these patties, but there is an archer up here, which always worries me and pisses me off. But we can't hit him on our first turn anyway. So what we should probably do is just send infantry out here to haunt. While haunting, as they said, a unit cannot counterattack, so they could just easily pop out and hurt us. I think we should send one cavalry down here into this bamboo, or close to this bamboo regardless. One cavalry perhaps up here, so he can get close enough to attack the archer next turn, but hopefully not close enough that he can be attacked. One archer up here, so that he can attack that archer next turn as well. And I think that should take care of the archer in the bushes, assuming I don't miss on a number of shots. Anyway, the game also introduces us to the archers in the bamboo. It's not something that I just noticed because I'm super pro MLG at Skulls of the Shogun. That was a very bad move from the computer, but again, we're so early on in the game that it kind of doesn't really matter. The AI is giving us a little bit of leeway, because normally, I'm not saying I'm great at the game, but what I am saying is that I'm better than you should be by this point, perhaps, if this is your first run through the game. So please don't miss this one. It's 80%. Alright, +4 is very good. Then we can use our archer to do the attack without getting counterattacked. So there's a free archer kill for us. We've also got 50 rice from haunting these patties. Can we get this guy? I'm just going to put our archer behind this rock here so that he can't be hit on the next turn regardless. We'll move this archer out because that's very important for us to do. There's another 2 archers over here, as you can see. Oh, there's a potion over here. I'll explain what the potion does. The potion takes a turn, just the same as, like, haunting, or attacking or eating a skull. The green potion gives us +1 HP regeneration per turn, so it only really affects us, I believe, if we're actually damaged. It's useful to get, though, and since we've got bamboo here anyway, it's probably a good idea just to have our cavalry consume this right now, just in case he gets hurt. And beyond that, you notice that the potion changes the color of our skull. If we actually end up eating a skull of an opponent who has had a potion, then we'll gain the effects of that skull as well, which is pretty interesting. So far so good. It's been a little bit of a slow start to this match, but it's going to turn out okay. I really thought they were going to haunt some rice patties. Instead, they're just going to move 2 infantry out here, and they're going to use their archer back there, which seems foolish to me. Pretty sure I'll be able to kill both infantry on this turn, although who knows. By the way, the other thing is, the rice patties only give you rice for 6 turns. As you can see, there's like a visual representation of the rice available on the patty. So there's only 4 turns left, so each one of those only has 100 rice left, and once the patty's gone, it's gone forever. So first things first, let's murder our first infantryman here, which should be fairly easy using both of our archers. This guy can counterattack, which I don't like. Can we just stand... Oh, that's an infantryman. Oh, where's our archer? Is he going to be able to get in range? Yes, he can. Okay. So that's an easy kill on him. We have another infantry member right here who can do 2 damage. I don't know if we're going to be able to kill him this turn. I think we will, but I'm not totally sure. Well, we're going to be able to hit him at least. And then using our last cavalry member, we might be able to make it happen. He has 2 archers left, and that's what worries me. I guess I could go attack this archer. That might have been a smarter decision for me. But I don't want to put myself that in range of the enemy. Instead, we'll just kill this guy and then move backwards ourselves, or move into the bamboo ourselves if we can, if we have enough circle left. Indeed we do. So a lot of Skulls of the Shogun actually involves around this kind of like resource generation mechanic of like getting the rice and then summoning good units. But we're not going to have to worry about that too much to start with here. And thankfully we did eat that potion with our cavalry, so he won't be too hurt. Although our infantry did get hurt, which is a bad sign. So, let me think about this. We definitely want to kill these guys on this turn. We could always use some moves to eat skulls to keep our guys healed, but we desperately need to kill 1 archer this turn. So, I'm thinking Cavalry 1 want to get down here and just attack this guy. There's only 80% to hit this guy, or 60% actually, so I don't want to mess around with him for now. We'll just leave this relatively healthy cavalry there. This guy can't quite get in range of the enemy. How about this one? It's only 80%. This would be a good time to not miss. Thank you. Alright, that could have been bad. We have an existing cavalry. He should eat a skull on this turn if he's going to stay alive. I would love to attack this guy, don't get me wrong, but it's better, I think, for this guy to just stay alive, eat a skull, make sure that he doesn't die because he is valuable to our operation. With one of our 2 remaining moves, we definitely want to send this infantry backwards. And we'll have him eat a skull as well so that he can regain some health. I'm trying to get these golden skulls for not losing anybody, basically, during the game. And then we'll move this archer in. He's got... Well, you know what? If we're not going to lose a guy... if we're trying not to lose a guy, we should just eat a skull with this archer. And then on the next turn, we'll just be able to overwhelm him. And that should be the end of this level, I think, at least. We'll see, though. They're going to take a move in here, not going to be able to kill me, which is exactly what I expected. And this archer is absolutely going to die on the next turn. So, let us take our cavalry. That's going to be an easy attack. And then we will take our other cavalry. This actually might be a mission where we're able to eat enemy skulls and then move onwards, in which case I'm going to make the demon cavalry with the recharge potion already. Yes, okay. So now we've got some more infantry and cavalry as well. They are eating our skulls at this point, but with 3 infantry and 2 cavalry, I think we're going to be okay here. By the way, they do introduce some important story beads here. This is Lieutenant Kurakawa, who was our second in command, but it can't be. He was still alive when I died. No doubt he wanders the earthly realm even now, hunting the dog who stabbed me in the back. Yada, yada, yada. In any case, we are going to... which one of our units is substantially hurt here? Let me think. Yes, I know we can summon reinforcements, but it's kind of unnecessary right now. This cavalry is sort of hurt. This infantry is very hurt. By the way, we could just have this infantry haunt a shrine, and he'll actually gain 2 HP for every turn that he haunts, which is important. But I think it's in our best interest to kind of, if possible, I would love to create a demon archer to do some extra damage. But let's just think about this logically for now. I can do an easy attack here, and these guys obviously cannot hit me. So let's just hope that this lands. It does indeed. And then we'll hide in the bushes here. Hopefully that archer doesn't die. I would really hate to lose that special golden skull by this point. This guy is not going to die in 1 turn, which blows my mind. Let's think about this logically. Maybe we should summon... Let's just haunt this soldier shrine down here. We have decent rice. And we'll haunt this soldier shrine. And then next turn we'll be able to summon even more archers. Let's start creating a demon out of this dude right here. Like so. So he's going to be at 10 health and 1 skull away from becoming a full-fledged demon. How far back can he move? Far enough to get into the bamboo at least. Similarly, this cavalry, there's no skulls for him to eat. I'm just going to have him haunt this rice paddy down here. He'll at least gain some HP on the next turn. And why don't we move this guy? Oh, he can eat this skull. Actually, we shouldn't have him eat that skull. Let's instead move this infantry out into the equation a little bit, because I'll need him. But in any case, we can get demon cavalry on the next turn. Hopefully none of our archers die. They're well protected. Thank you. That was a huge miss, and it was kind of exactly what I needed. He should still be able to hit me once unless I get incredibly lucky, which I did. All right. He can still attack me with 3 infantry. We hit that one. I can't believe this archer is going to be the luckiest dude on Earth and still probably die. Oh, no, he's going to haunt, and with this one, just come out there. Wow, okay. So, presumably that archer at least has a chance at staying alive. How are we going to do this? Okay. So they still have 5 enemies left. By the way, I should point out what they said there is that we can summon units and we can use them right away. So who's nearly dead? Is it the guy haunting? No. Oh, it's this infantry. Okay, so step 1, we got to kill that infantry. That's fairly obvious, I think. This will be an easy kill if I just get in 100% range, like so. He's dead. Then we'll back it up. Can't get in any bamboo, sadly, so we'll just stay as far away as we can. This archer's got to back up. There's no question about that. But we're going to have this cavalry actually eat this skull. In doing so, he will get a second move and also +2 max HP. Alright, so if we eat 3 skulls, we turn into a demon, as we've seen many times before. We'll be able to hit this infantry without taking any damage of our own. But is there any... We do more damage to cavalry, so it might be in our best interest to do that. Although, actually, it seems smarter to just go straight after this guy who can't counterattack. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, how far... This guy can go pretty far back. Far enough back to live? I'm not sure. Let's have this cavalry hit this infantry, which will do 2 more damage. With 2 more moves left, I'm just playing it a little bit cautious here. You better actually get further back. I don't want to get knocked off the edge by accident. This archer, if he attacks, how far can he move? I don't know. But he's going to be able to kill this infantry before they manage to haunt a shrine, which is useful. And then he can fall back almost behind the other archer, but not quite. I can move this infantry in front of him, which may actually be enough to protect him. That's what we're going to do for now. If I lose a unit, I lose a unit. You know, shit happens. We're going to win the mission easily regardless. There's a second cavalry, which should be able to attack that archer. Yeah, that's going to end it for us. Well, the dream was alive for a while, but sadly now it has passed us by. In any case, though, we should be able to wipe out the enemy, perhaps even on this turn. Even though we lost an archer, we can just summon an archer from our shrine there. Disappointed to be losing a unit, but again, shit happens from time to time. So with our demon... Well, we should use our archer first to try to minimize the amount of counterattack that we can run into. So we'll just hit that cavalry right there. We'll take our cavalry here. This will be a free kill. Now our cavalry will have another attack. But before we do that, I say we just summon a unit here. So let's summon an archer. The archer can move on this turn and attack. How can this guy still hit me? That's kind of crazy. Maybe we'll move back just a little bit. There we go. That'll do 4 damage. And our cavalry will be able to finish the job, presumably. Like so. And with 1 move left, we only have 1 archer left. But let's just try to trap this infantry in here, basically by way of a spirit wall, so that he can't kill my archer. He can kill this infantry member, or maybe he can't, because I'll just eat a skull, and then my guy will get stronger. This infantry, I think, is basically trapped in that bamboo now, and he will die next turn. This video's gone on a little bit longer than I expected, but that's okay. He's gonna haunt a rice paddy, which is... pretty stupid because he's not going to be able to counterattack. But I guess, you know, when it's a lost cause anyway, it doesn't really matter. So let's just drop in an easy attack on him like so with our archer. And we'll take this guy and finish the job. And that should be the end of this mission and probably this episode as well. So that went fairly well. I definitely should not have lost the unit that I lost. But again, sometimes shit happens. What do we get as a result? Not too much. Beat level without losing any units. Beat level with at least 500 rice. I accomplished neither. When I probably thought at the start of this I would accomplish both. But in any case, as always, thank you guys for watching. We're going to get back to the real timeline here. But I should be going to the boss fight in episode 3. I believe episode 4 had some weird issue as well, so I might try re-recording that. But again, in any case, as always, thank you guys for watching. I look forward to you. I hope you guys look forward to seeing past Northernlion in the future episodes, as weird as that sounds. And in any case, look forward to getting at least this far in the game. And as always, I will see you next time.